So Manny Khoshbin has bought this office building. One of my best friends asked me to react to it, so let's watch it together. My name is Arvin Haddad. I'm the How to Buy a Mansion guy. I critique mansions. Let's get the show started.
Are you guys ready? Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna give you guys a little update on the process with the remodel of the new headquarters. You guys will definitely get a kick out of what's inside. So you guys have seen the outside.
So you can see why he wanted me to react to this. Okay, so it's an office building, but it looks like a horrible take on Caesar Palace in Las Vegas, which itself is a pretty horrible take on the Roman architecture. So the crazy part that is it's right behind 405. It seems like it has a lot of land, but it just, the building itself is like, it looks like a, very simple building, but they just added these elements. They glued it on to make it look like a Roman architecture. It's pretty wacky looking from the outside.
New landscape, new fountains, obviously fresh paint, new lighting. What else did we do? That's about it for the exterior. Well, I did put a new roof on the building, but let's go take a look under the hood. Inside, you're gonna get a kick out of all the detail work. Now, Trinity Broadcasting Network spent millions and millions of dollars on detail of this building. Now, as you guys know, I've called it the Palazzo.
So this is straight out of Donald Trump's, notebook here. It's an art, I have to say. Manny Khoshbin is one of very, very successful at commercial properties, right? He does really well. You can't ignore that, right? He's used that to buy all these cars for himself, and he's making money on the... He's a brilliant guy. He's very successful. But it's literally, the playbook is you buy a really crappy, shitty property and you brand it and you associate your own brand to it to raise its value. And it's exactly what he has done. I mean, it's kind of funny, but at the same time, why wouldn't you do it? Not everyone, like me, says how it is, like how I graded my own property an F-, right? But, it's what you should do, actually. What the textbook tells you.
The Palazzo, I gotta work on my, Italian accent. So this murals continue.
Oh my God, look at, okay, Cupid is a lot skinnier than these. These are the biggest, largest American Cupids I've ever seen. Why are they so big? It's like, supersized Costco style. Those babies look huge.
On every single floor. The property is 3 floors. And this is a cool spot. This is, I guess, bridal suite. If one day I make this into an event center, this would be a gorgeous bridal suite where the bride can put the dress on, take some pictures, drink some champagne, and have the bridesmaids over here get all pampered and get ready before they go out and get married.
Wait a minute. Have you guys been married before? I can tell you, your wifey, your fiance, your girlfriend is not looking at this on Pinterest, okay? This is not what's in her mind. Bring it up. She might leave you, but you will get you should just get the reaction from her. You should make a reaction video of this one. This is a great idea.
So this is gonna be the new car display area. Now, don't mind all the wires hanging.
Okay, low ceilings, car display area. I get it. Good use of space. You're on the ground level. Makes sense. I'm sure he's gonna make it look nice. His cars are really important to him, and he's got a very insane collection, so not a bad use of space.
And we just got our permit to start the TIs, so I'm excited. Took all of about 6 months to get the permit. So this is about 8,000 square feet. It's gonna be recording studio, car display area.
Again, recording studio, low ceilings, not a bad idea. Less echo. Good use of space.
And going back to the permit, I did want to show you guys something I can't deliver. So I just got my permit and I'm excited. This is going to be our headquarters. This is going to be a car display area, photo and video studio. And then we're going to have my corporate office. It's going to be upstairs.
Are the elevators working right now or no?
Elevators, I put new elevator shafts. There's still...
Oh my God, they have light bulbs. Look at this.
In the process of getting completed, but this property is all full of marble. This is a tassel marble, very expensive. And let me show you the headquarter office. Wow, look at this beautiful finish. Where are you gonna find gold ceiling?
Okay, the ceiling heights are again super, super low. And this is kind of ridiculous because at least the facade of the house, as ridiculous as it looks, it's portraying this grand, macho Roman architecture. And then when you come on the inside, it's like you got mini ceiling heights. And he's not the tallest person I've seen. And for him, even looks too low of a ceiling.
So all that's gonna be demoed. I'm gonna put brand new ceiling tiles, new LED.
You see how close his head is to the ceiling? That's really, really low.
Pretty much open floor plan with some glass offices, a nice kitchenette, a cool, game room area, resting area, and what else? That's about it. So I only have about 20 employees between my multiple companies. So it'd be pretty roomy. It's about 8,000 square feet. And what's nice, I can take an elevator, my own private elevator, down to my office downstairs.
That's good. That's convenient.
And then we have a gorgeous ballroom area over here, which I don't know what to do yet. I may make it into a cafeteria for my employees. Or when I have my mastermind events, isn't this gorgeous? Now, this was just like this. And
this is the worst ballroom I've ever seen. Come on, Manny, what are you doing?
Used to have their events, catering, and capacity says 250 people. So a little more than I needed, but kitchen is bigger than most restaurants' kitchen. Look at that. Dishwasher, and multiple ovens. Basically, I have my own little McDonald's back here. And a lot of warming trays, coffee machine, ice machine. I can't complain. I can feed the whole Costa Mesa. This place is so...
Okay, the property is in Costa Mesa. Let's take a look at where actually it is, okay? Okay, 3150 Bear Street, Costa Mesa. Look at this. So he bought this property for $22 million in 2021. Now, you had to have some balls buying an office building in 2021 because, office buildings, the writing was already on the wall that, office is gonna, do bad after COVID. And he's got a $13.2 million loan on it. Now, one of the most important things I want you guys to pay attention is property use is commercial general. This is a pretty wide zoning regulation, right? And I can show you guys more as far as geographically where it's located. This has probably had a big say in why he bought this property because he's no dummy. He's a pretty smart guy. He knows what he's doing commercially. So it could possibly be many different things. It could be office, it could be retail, it could be mixed use, residential and retail or office. So, and I bet you he's buying this with this zoning in mind that down the road, he either can develop it to something else or do it himself, right? Very close to John Wayne Airport, great for commercial property. And you're at the intersection of 55 and 405. Again, very, very central. Now, the property traded in 2020 for $25.5 million. 3 years later, he got a discount on it for $22 million. So he got about a 10% discount, I want to say, right? And I don't know if that was the best of deals for him. I mean, it's good that he got a discount, but when are you looking at office buildings right now? Some in San Francisco in prime locations, they're getting 60-70% discount right now. So I don't know. I feel like the reason why he purchased this property was obviously one, to have his own office. Most likely he had a 1031 exchange that he had to come out of something, and he had to buy something. So he probably had to buy something and time was of the essence because you get 90 days. And he kind of is justifying this property in his head as to, okay, I can kind of make it my office, my showroom. A lot of his revenue comes probably from his, mastermind classes and the courses he sells and YouTube videos that he's very successful in. So I feel like he's trying to make it work, right? He's trying to give it some sort of utility right now, but then his mind and foresight is like, okay, what should I do with this property down the road? So it could be a good play. We'll have to watch and see what he does with it in the long term.
So there's another building that you have a skywalk into, but let's go on the third floor and then we'll come back down. And this building is a very legendary building, has a lot of history.
What is the history? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody in the comments tell me what is the history of this building that is so legendary? Because I can tell you, architecturally, it does not look legendary whatsoever.
I kind of want to preserve that. I like to update it, but I like to keep it, preserve it. It's gorgeous.
Okay, see, I'm telling you, the only reason he's doing that is because he doesn't want to spend more money in it if he wants to change the zoning to something else. It doesn't make sense, and I get it. Now, he's selling it, right? He's still, people don't talk shit about their own property. Most people, I do. I talk shit about my own properties all the time, but most people don't. And he's, doing a little Donald Trump. He's just kind of saying, oh, it's beautiful. When I think deep down he knows it's not beautiful.
So this floor is about 10,000 square feet. We've done the demo and I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. Probably it's going to be the future offices for expansion, but we're going to just leave it for future expansion. But it's huge and there is no poles. So it's all open. It's pretty cool.
Again, low ceilings. Again, it's good that it doesn't have any poles, but again, very low ceilings.
I'm thinking about demoing the rest of the ceiling and just keeping it like a barn
There you go. That's a good idea.
style, open, creative office. So that would look cool. This is a special floor, and I was told they spent over $3 million just on the millwork, on the woodwork, and it's amazing in detail. Guys, look at the detail work. Even behind each door, all the detail is done so to perfection.
Okay, it's not perfection at all. This is over the top, way too much. Like nobody does this in today's market.
And you feel like you're in France or Italy.
There's not a single place in France or Italy you can find this. Maybe in some of the palaces in like St. Petersburg, Russia, you might see the very, very over the top moldings, but this is not Roman or French, or you won't see this much molding anywhere in, Western Europe.
All right, are you guys ready to go down? Let's go down to the other building, which is my favorite because I can do all my TED Talk, mastermind events, and business conferences. Immediately when I saw this property, I'm like, you know what? This is a perfect headquarters because I love the landscaping. You feel like you're in Europe. And it's very private. There's only one gate getting in and out. And I love the history with this building. So immediately,
I really want to know the history. Please, I need to know.
having my, business, recording videos, doing mastermind events. And now I'm thinking, okay, it's too big for me. So maybe eventually I can do other trades out of it. All right, guys, this is my
See, that was it. I think it was possibly an emotional buy. I'm guessing there was a time crunch because he probably had to buy something because of a 1031 exchange. Otherwise, he had a big tax liability. And then he just kind of tried to kill, two birds with one stone. It's like, okay, headquarters and then upside in the future.
Look at this, 170 seats, theater seating. And I recently had my mastermind event here where people paid a lot of money to come and learn from Manny Khoshbin. Yay! But no, isn't this cool? So the previous ownership has spent millions of dollars on acoustic.
This is pretty useful for his case. It's probably definitely one of the selling factors. How often is he going to use it? Probably a couple times a year. But, it's pretty impressive to have it kind of an amphitheater in your headquarters. Again, I can see why he's purchased this property. But, trying to put a really classical European spin on it is complete BS.
Now, this is another cool part of this building. You have a great reception area where you can wine and dine before you take people up there for your presentation. Look at this. I've never seen this much gold. Well, in USA, I've seen a lot of gold in Italy and France, but
Manny, you don't even see this much gold in Italy or France. I'm telling you, it's St. Petersburg, somewhere in Russia, you might see this type of molding. This is like very, very Russian molding style. It's way over the top.
there is so much gold here and just the detail finish. Look at all this detail. Wow, this cost a fortune. Even this. This is why I'm not touching it.
The reason he doesn't want to touch it is it doesn't make sense if he touches it. You can't spend, construction twice. You can't do it once and then, you know, tear it down and then change the use and build this, you know, office complex or retail residential mixed use complex. He's kind of stuck with this.
A lot of people came in here when I first bought it. They said, "Whoa, this is way too much. It's obnoxious. You gotta get rid of it and make it simple." I'm like, no. This is what I paid for, all the detail, and I want to keep it. And it does have a little step down here. I could build some cool furniture in here.
Can you imagine the interior designer who would have to actually furnish this place? I feel sorry for them. What are you gonna do, you know? You just have to stick flowers and try to hide a lot of the railings, and you just have to introduce a lot of stuff to hide it. But I can tell you, the interior designer, after finishing the project, they're not gonna put it on their website, you know? Because it's just pretty much unfixable.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna make this a conference amenity for my employees, and then when I have my mastermind events, which I had one recently, I can have everybody down here for cake and then take him up there to do my presentations. So it works perfect for what I do for a living.
I agree. I mean, he's, again, trying to, you know, kill two birds with the same stone. It's like, it works for him right now, and he will be able to, you know, change the use or sell it as an upside in the future when doing construction and all that stuff makes sense.
Another insane cool factor about this property, because it's so insanely huge parcel, 6.2 acres, it almost looks like it has its own track back there. So you can't have a guy with cars and no track. So let me show you what I bought. All right, so I bought 2 go-karts. These are so much fun. And I got my company's name on here. So free marketing, free advertising. See you guys later.
That's pretty cool. I mean, for an office, not that many properties would have something like this. I'm actually going to react to a house in Arizona that has a go-kart around it. So if you haven't subscribed to it, I normally do residential mansion tours. This is requested by one of my best friends, so I'm doing it.
Well, just like my cars, I'm out of gas, well, out of battery, but this was great. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There is going to be a ton more content coming out during the process, and be safe, be well, and see you guys next week.
Okay, so this was probably one of the wackiest, craziest offices I've ever seen, but I also have done a home tour video reaction to Patrick Bet-David's house. If you haven't seen that video, click over here, check it out, and I will see you guys in the comment section. Take care, see you later.